So this morning so far, guys, has been a comedy of errors. Well, between yesterday and today. Yesterday, I cut my finger really badly. And so I'm having to wear a glove. And in the course of opening a package, I stabbed myself in the thumb. So I am wearing a glove just to keep stuff out of it. But so while we were here, I wanted to touch on this real quick. This is going to be an at my counter lunchtime kind of a video. I got a couple knives that would fall into that thing that I consider unique deployment / unique locking mechanisms. And you know, I've done a couple videos. We did, I forget what the last one was, where we talked about the deployment. But at any rate, you know, I kind of enjoy things like that where, you know, like the, what do they call this one? This one is the snap lock. So this is snap lock. And it's kind of cool. You can do it one-handed. It's just kind of awkward until you get it figured out. Closing it is actually easier than opening it. But so this doesn't rotate this way across the pivot. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at a couple of these a little bit closer. Give me a couple minutes to clean off an area here. It's the light is pretty bad. The weather's pretty bad outside. It's getting ready to start raining again. So what we're gonna look at is these two. I have two fairly unique lock mechanisms that we're gonna look at. Both of them by CRKT. And yeah, let's get this camera turned around and we'll take a look at some of these because they're kind of interesting. So guys, like I said, you guys know that I enjoy unique, interesting things. And so what this is a couple of knives that have got unique deployment / locking mechanisms. So we're gonna look at two different ones. We have the snap lock, which is, they're both CRKT products. This one flips out like that, out the side, and then to close it, you swing it back in on itself like that. It's unique. And the other one's called a roll lock. And this one's the I think the more interesting of the two, but it's not a real functional design. It's got some serious issues with the way it's put together and the way it works. So let's talk about them real quick. You know, there's CRKT is a company that has historically been willing to take risks on some unique stuff that might be outside of the norm for other knife companies that, you know, that are more willing, that aren't willing to break from tradition. They don't want to really try new and unique things. And it's a financial decision, but CRKT's always been able to do it, and they've always been able to make money at it. So we're gonna take the camera, we'll turn around, we'll look at these, and I'll kind of explain how both of them work while we do it. So yeah, it's like I said, it's one of the things that I find interesting are these little odd things that have different kinds of mechanisms. I think I've done, this might be the third video of unique deployment / lock mechanisms and things like that. So let's turn this around and we'll take a look at both of these knives a little bit more closely, and we'll see, you know, we'll just take a good close look at them. All right, guys, hang on just a second. Hey guys, there may be a little bounce to this, but it's because I'm leaned up against the tripod like this. So let's look at this one first, because I think this one's actually the more fun of the two. It's called the Roll Lock. I think it's the Roll Lock 2. And it's just a small little blade. It has a locking mechanism, but like when you first look at it, you're like, what is going on with this handle? So it's all rounded down here and the blade sits like that. And I was like, how do you deploy? And I got to looking at it and I was like, okay, well, what happens if I push this? Well, there's your lock release. So what it is there's a little pin on either part of the blade, back towards the back, and that's your lock. It's right there. And it comes down, and so when you push down, it rolls up. When you come back down here, you just roll that pivot up so that point stays like that. And then when you get up to the front, it just kind of locks in with this almost like a lockback mechanism, but it's in the grip. So that could cause a couple problems. I mean, if you're holding onto this knife, you could possibly release the blade, but it doesn't just slide back. You have to physically squeeze, push it back, Get it back here to where you can line those up, push it down, and then it's locked in place until you put any. This is the one that I think is more dangerous. If it's in your pocket and you happen to bump that, it's going to do that. It's kind of under a little bit of spring tension. So if you happen to have that in your pocket and you bump up against something, there's a chance that knife's going to come out in your pocket like that. So, but they're unique little lock mechanism on that. It's got a really broad pocket clip. It's not real super comfortable in hand because this pocket clip is massive and is a really big hotspot. But I do like the fact that you can see the actual mechanism inside these scales. So you can kind of watch and see what it's doing. And I'm bound and determined to stab myself in the thumb again today. But yeah, so there's that one. This is the one that's actually pretty clever. So, you know, when you have your lock bar on a knife like this, the lock puts tension, keeps the knife locked, and then you swing the blade shut. This kind of works the same way, except your lock is this. So it's locked in place. You push back on this, you push down on this, and what it does is, if you watch, it spreads the frame open, and then it drops back in. Do you see it? See how that lifts it up? And then lets you swing it back. And you can switch the pocket clip. It comes with a different pocket clip so that you can switch it right or left-handed carry. So basically, you just, I always do it backwards. You push down, push it out, it deploys. To close it, you push down and flip it back. It feels awkward when you first do it, but then you get the feel for it. But the problem is, it gets your hands right in the way of the blade. So, unique, clever, yeah, absolutely. But like I said, I just touched the edge of that blade. And this one is fairly sharp. So, but these mechanisms are clever and fun, and they get your interest. And then there's things that you take interest in the knife world that are outside of the norm of what you normally would look at, which this one I'm going to keep around for a little bit. It is going to wind up going away. It's going to go out with, probably go out in some mystery boxes and things here in the future. But it is something fun to mess with. And it's the Van Hoy Snap Lock. And then let's see, what's this one say on it? Who designed this? I don't remember. This one gets gunk built up real quick there. But yeah, these are just clever little, almost novelties, I'd say. I don't know who would actually want that. And then the other, like I said, the other thing on this one, if you happen to have it in your pocket because you're carrying it tip down and you bump into that in your right hand pocket and that pops open, you basically have got a blade that's sliding free in your pocket. And so, and this one actually, the lockup on this one's actually really good. But this one is another one that I think that if you were to accidentally bump up against something, you could maybe break that lock loose. This lock feels a lot more substantial than the roll lock for accidentally engaging and disengaging the lock. But no, guys, that's it. Just a real quick video. We'll turn around. We'll talk about some other stuff here in just a second. So, guys, that's it. I mean, it's just basically some fun stuff. So, they're just little fun novelties to play around with. Other announcement. I know some of you guys watched the unboxing. There is all of this and then another box, another amount equally in there. I'm probably going to sell these as mystery boxes, all of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff to go for mystery boxes. And a couple things for giveaway on the channel. And then I do have 2 knives that are going to be sold by themselves. There is a Skaha 1, the original, here. And then there is an ADV Butcher, a tack butcher, that I'm going to be selling. And it's got it's titanium hardware. It's been anodized. I do like these, but I don't foresee me carrying it, so I might hold on to it for a little bit. But if you guys are interested in either of those two knives, the Skaha one is purple. It's a purple Skaha original Gen 1. I will be selling this. This one I'm gonna sell soon. This one's gonna get sold. It will be, I'll get it sharpened and then ready for selling. So if you guys are interested in these, do not feel, don't be afraid to, Jesus, what was I gonna say? Don't be afraid to contact me if you are interested in either of these knives, and we can figure something out. So, all right, guys. That's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but tell me why. If you want to support the channel, there is always in this corner, at least that, is the Patreon link. There'll be a subscribe link here. There'll be a video up here that YouTube thinks you would like. And then if you want to support my daughter's ice skating season, I have the GoFundMe down in the comments section. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick fun video. So I will get this wrapped up. I'll get it edited and try and get it out to you guys. I am working on the comparison video between the Ultramar and the 228 Redención, both the Chavez knives, the US made one and then the production one that was made by Riyadh. So guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. I love you all, and I'll see you around.